telling you the fact that actually Naviance is really doing a great job. And if you really, really want to get value for your money, if you really, really want a training where you'll be led and directed through every part or every step that you take, Naviance is here to guide you.
Hello, everyone. Testing microphone. Can you hear me loud and clear? First off, confirm you can hear me loud and clear. You can type in the chat. Uh, this is a highly interactive session, so do well to let me know. Can you hear me loud and clear? Show me a sign that you can actually hear me loud and clear. Brilliant. My name is Muhammad Suleiman, as you can see on my banner. Um, I am the Chief Operating Officer here at Naviance Analytics. I also work as a data analyst and a data scientist. And I'm super excited to be here tonight, to be the one to drive this session. And I promise you, it's going to be a very insightful session. Okay, I'll be sharing one or two things with us. So stick around and ensure that you are in the session all the way till the end. And during the course of the session, there will be an attendance form. Okay, there will be an attendance form, that will be shared with us so that you can fill it out. Okay, and you'll be getting some things um, just by filling the attendance form out. So I want to know, where are you joining us from? I am joining in from Lagos. Where are you joining us from? Are you joining from Lagos, Abuja, Calabar? Type in the chat. Let me know where you are joining us from. Osun State, okay, Ogun State, Abuja. Okay, where are our brothers from Calabar, Edo? Where are the Edo boys and girls? Niger State, Ondo State, Katsina. Katsina has been a state I wanted to visit. So let me know where you are joining us from, and you are all welcome. And let's get the session started. So tonight, we're going to look into some specific. We're going to look into some specific, things regarding transitioning into tech, especially what are the high in demand skills. What are the high in demand skills right now? But before we dive into it, I want to even know, is tech something you've ever considered or are considering? So just type tech in the chat if you've ever considered tech or you are still considering trying tech. So type tech in the chat so that I know that I am in the right session. I am in the right place, and you are also in the right place. Okay, fantastic, tech, brilliant. So now tonight we'll be discussing some high in demand tech skills, especially for Africans. Okay, so stick around and we will have a wonderful session. Now I'm going to share my screen. Okay, I'm going to share my screen, and I want you to type clear in the chat once you can see my screen. I'll share my screen now. Once you can see it, type clear in the chat. You could see my video before, but now you should be able to see my screen. So type clear in the chat once you can see my screen, and then we start. Okay, brilliant one. So now is the time I tell people that, look, I'm about to start dishing out information and value. So you may want to send this link to a loved one or anybody who you think they would benefit from a session like this, so that they are also in attendance. All right, brilliant one. Now, there are some top high demand skills, but before we do that, allow me to introduce myself once again. Okay, I would have loved to meet each and every one of you one after the other, but that would take the whole day if we go that route. So my name is Muhammad Suleiman. Like I said, I'm COO here at Naviance Analytics. I've had over half a decade of experience in the corporate space. I've worked as a consultant for top firms like Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo is a car brand, one of Italy's largest luxury car brand. I worked with them as a data analyst and a data scientist, and I worked with them remotely. It's a US-based organization, um, I worked with them remotely from Lagos. So if you're also looking at remote jobs and how to get remote jobs, you're in the right place as well. I've also mentored quite a lot of Africans to date, and I've also been a LinkedIn top voice as well. I also transitioned into tech. I love to tell people that I also transitioned into tech. Okay, I had my first degree in mechanical engineering, and today I have, since moved from mech engine to actual tech. So that's that about myself. As for Nabiant Analytics, and I'm sure that majority of us are joining in on for the very first time. So Nabiant Analytics is an edtech firm that is passionate about Africans and helping Africans get into the tech space because it is particularly difficult for Africans, especially in the global front. Okay, while I was working with Alpha Romeo, for example, there were only a handful of Africans throughout the entire organization. I've not even talked about tech. Throughout the entire organization, only a handful of Africans. So talk less of tech. So what has made it that difficult for Africans to break into the tech space, especially, it is because the right guidance is not available, is not accessible to Africans, and that is the gap which we have come here to solve in Nabiant Analytics. And since inception, we've helped quite a lot of Africans make that switch into career paths like data analytics, data science, and business analysis. And we do that by bringing on board professionals who work with you on real world case studies. Okay, so sit tight for what is coming next. We're about to go into what exactly are we doing tonight. Okay, but before that, I want to know that you are with me and you are excited. So type 10. 10 is a perfect number. So type 10 in the chat if you are excited. Type 10 in the chat if you are excited. 10, exactly 10. Fantastic one. Great. So I can see only excited people in the chat, which is brilliant, and I'm super excited to be here as well. Now, while you're doing that, very first thing we'll go into tonight is we'll spotlight Esther, one of our participants, and so many other ones who have successfully moved from a non-tech role to a high-in-demand tech role. And how can you follow in the same footsteps? What did they do? What should you do as well? And then we'll make announcements towards the end of the session, and you would also have the opportunity to unmute and ask me questions. So if you have any questions in the course of this particular presentation, note it down. So grab a pen and paper, note it down, or you can note it down on your phone somewhere so that at the end of the session, you get to ask me questions. All right, so let's dive right in. Now, this young lady right here, Esther, she finished from the School of Nursing. She was very passionate about the health sector in general. But guess what? Even with all of that passion, financially, Esther was not where she wanted to be. She wanted more, and she said, "You know what? I think it's high time for me to try tech." Okay, because generally, for someone in the health sector, what are you looking for in tech, right? But she decided she wants to try tech, and she registered for one of our programs here at Nabiant Analytics, the data analytics program. And then 3 months down the line, Esther moved from someone who was struggling to understand the basics to landing her very first tech job as a monitoring and evaluation analyst. And she works hybrid, mostly from home, and then once in a while she goes to the office, to work. So that was Esther's story, and this happened May 2025. She got that job May 2025. Okay, this year. Now this is Naomi. For those of us, okay, somebody saying I'm not seeing anything. Leave the call and join back. So that you can see my screen. But before you leave, I want everybody to confirm. Can you see my screen? If you can see my screen, type 10 again. Type 10 again. I like number 10. So Please bear with me. You can type 10 or you can type crystal clear anyone. So you can see a lot of people can see my screen. So check your network or just simply leave the call and join back, and you see how that plays out. All right. Okay, Victor said crystal clear. That's interesting. So this is Naomi. Naomi Naomi had a very uh, fantastic story as well. Okay, now Naomi used to work in a francophone country as a Nigerian, so she's a foreigner in that country working. So a bank bought over her own bank where she worked, and they started laying off foreigners. So she didn't wait. She tendered her resignation. Guess what? They rejected her resignation, but they were relegating her still. So she didn't like the feeling of that. So she decided, you know what? I am going to be so skilled that I can work from the comfort of my home. I don't want to go to no office anymore. That was her resolution. And she did just that. She joined our program, our business analysis program. And guess what? This was earlier this year. Naomi followed the program religiously. She followed it so religiously to the point that even our organization, the same organization that was relegating her, created a new department, said they were restructuring, and asked her to head that department. She was reluctant at first. But I mean, this was the same organization that was relegating her and laying off other foreigners. So she was reluctant, and they said, you know what, don't think about it, take it. And she said, okay, I'll take it, but at least you're going to train me, right? And they told her, Naomi, we see what you do on LinkedIn. That thing you're doing on LinkedIn, we want you to teach it to other department members that will be working under you. So you are the driver of this department. You will bring this department to life. We won't teach you anything. You know it all. You will teach us. That was the resolution, and that was how she moved from an uncertain place to a place where she deemed impossible just months ago, months before, right? So, and when you look at this, it just gives off one thing. For you to be able to move into the tech space, into a high demand career path, you must be able to show workings. It's not talk that'll get you there. It is you actually showing what you've been able to do, all right, that gets you into that space. You need to be vocal. You need to leverage platforms like LinkedIn, for example. And I'll go into a little bit of details by the time we get there. Okay. But in a nutshell, what these people did was they were able to prove that I did this thing. And that was the catalyst to ensuring that they got jobs. Now, as we are speaking here in this session right now, across the data realm, data analytics, data science, business analysis, and you may be wondering why do I keep saying data analytics, business analysis, and data science? We'll get into that. Okay, we'll get into that. And we're about to get a little bit practical. So listen to what I'm saying. Right now, across the data world, okay, there are 35,000 open roles right now as we're having this conversation. Okay, and just to give a little bit of perspective to give a little bit of perspective to it. All right, let me show you what it looks like. So let me go to LinkedIn. All right, this is Google Chrome. So let's go to LinkedIn. Let's go to LinkedIn. Okay, let's go to LinkedIn. Let's look at it live and direct. We're here together. And how many of you, if you have a LinkedIn account, type LinkedIn in the chat. Before I share my link so that you can connect with me, type LinkedIn in the chat if you have a LinkedIn account. And the attendance form is already in the chat, so you may want to click on it and fill it out. So you have a LinkedIn account. Type LinkedIn in the chat so I know you have a LinkedIn account. Fantastic. Guess what? If you do not have a LinkedIn account now, it's as simple as just searching LinkedIn on Google. Okay? LinkedIn, just search LinkedIn on Google. And it's like opening a Facebook page. Okay, it's just that LinkedIn is the professional Facebook. Okay, just to drive my point home. LinkedIn is the professional world, Facebook, it's all corporate. Okay. The attendance form will be posted in the chat right about now. Okay, one of my team members will post it. Just look out for it. And people are still typing LinkedIn. So, but if you look now, you see, and just look out for inquiries Navians, and you see a blue link is attached and it has been pinned now. So, ensure to fill out that form so that you don't miss out on the attendance. Very important. If you fill it out, you get the recording of this session. You also get my slides. So in case you want to do this thing later on, you can do that. And if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, I'll be happy to connect with you as well. So that's my LinkedIn profile link, the chat. So you want to connect with me, send me a connection request, and let's connect on LinkedIn. Now, we didn't come here for this, right? I didn't come here to show you my LinkedIn profile, right? I came here to show you the opportunities. And in the process of showing you these opportunities, I am going to be inadvertently teaching you how to look for jobs. So if you've not learned how to look for jobs, now you're going to learn it. Okay, that was not my intention, but I can't show you the opportunities without looking for the jobs, right? So you're going to learn how to look for jobs. Now, let's look for jobs. Okay, so how do I do that? You come to this search bar on LinkedIn. You come to this search bar on LinkedIn and you want to type data analyst. You want to type data analyst. Okay, data analyst. Type data analyst. Now, once you type data analyst, listen to me very carefully. Listen very carefully, guys. Once you type data analyst, you have so many options. You want to click on jobs. You want to click on jobs. So I see just data analyst job. Okay, this particular I was interviewed with this particular company before, Micro1.ai. Okay, very interesting experience with them. All right, I interviewed with them back in the days. I'll click on jobs. Okay, click on jobs. Now, when you click on jobs, it shows you a list of jobs that are available right now. And you can see this particular job was posted just 1 hour ago. And there are so many of them like that. Okay, so many of them 5 days ago, 2 weeks ago, 1 hour ago, 6 hours ago, 1 hour ago, 10 hours ago. Today alone, there are loads of jobs. Okay, but what is the what are two things I want to show you? Okay, what are two things I want to show you? The first one is your location should not be your current. You don't use Abuja, don't use Lagos, don't use Kaduna, don't use Katsina, don't use Ogun State, don't use Rivers, don't use Edo. You want to use EMEA. EMEA simply means Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Now that opens you up to not just local opportunities, but even opportunities that are available outside the shores of the continent. Am I making sense, guys? Am I making sense? Because the skills that you are looking at are high in demand because they are globally marketable. Am I making sense, guys? 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 Am I making sense? Am I making sense? Fantastic. Give me a second. Give me a second. All right. So give me a second, guys. All right. So, guys, I fixed something. Okay. So just had a little glitch there. Now, guys, you want to set your location to EMEA, else you are just wasting your time. Okay, you're wasting your time. If you put Lagos there, you're wasting your time. Put Nigeria, you're wasting your time. All right. So, but you want to get all the opportunities once and for all, EMEA. Now, after you've done that, okay, you want to look here, guys. Who can tell me what this is? What number is this? What number is this, guys? Just type it in the chat. What can you see me highlighting here? This number here on my screen. This number right here. What is that? 14,000 plus results. Not 4,000. 14,000 plus So what this is telling me is that as we are here right now having this discussion across EMEA, 14,000 data analysts are needed. I've not talked about data scientists or business analysts, just data analysts alone. I've not also talked about other job boards. I've not mentioned other job boards. Get on the get-go, 14K jobs available right now as we're having this conversation. And that is why the huge fence between you and of course it's just one of these jobs you need, just one out of 14,000. How insignificant is that one? Okay, but it has proven very difficult for so many Africans to get that just one job, and that's the hardest. The hardest is to get the first one. After that, you're already in the game. To move from there is usually easy. All right, relatively easier. So, but that one, what is the blue roadblock for you to get that one? Okay, as abundant as it seems, right? Why is it that difficult? And that's because the right trajectory to even get into this space is not known by most Africans. And what's the first mistake most people make? Most people stall before they even start. Okay, most people stall before they even start. All right, how and why? They select the wrong career path. You select the wrong career path. Oh, it sounds very fancy, it sounds very techy, and that is the basis for selecting that career path. If that's you that I just described, then that's wrong. Okay, you're just making life hard for yourself unnecessarily. So what do you want to do? Okay, what do you want to do? You want to strategically select a career path, because that is even the first determinant to either you getting a job or not getting the job. So you have to choose your race carefully. What race do you want to run? Is it a race that is non-ending, or a race when you can realistically arrive at the finish line? Which race do you want to run? Because both of them are races, right? So in that case, in choosing the right career path, there are three things you need to consider. Number one is the ease of learning. And when I say ease of learning, guys, listen to me, because I'm about to tell you the truth. Okay, I'm telling you the truth here, so listen. When I say easy to learn, I don't mean that you can just be on a vacation. You know, in fact, you don't need your phone. All you need to do is, you know, um, just get your what's it? In fact, you don't need to do anything. Okay, you don't need to do anything, and you get the job or you learn it. That is not what easy to learn means. These career paths are easy to learn because pretty much anybody from any walk of life can realistically learn it to a point where they can say, I know how to do this. Whether you're a fresh graduate or you're a young professional or you have a degree or you don't have a degree, you're a stay-at-home mom, you've recently just quit your job for one reason or the other, you've not had a job, you've never worked in a corporate space, or you've even tried tech before, whatever bracket you fall under, in as much that you have that determination to say, I want to do it, then realistically you can actually achieve that. That's what makes it easy to learn. It's not like the career paths that are highly, highly niched um, down to some specific, backgrounds. Okay. Now, number two is it's easy to transition. I don't think I need to overflog that point anymore, because we've seen with our eyes on LinkedIn, 14K plus jobs, 14,000. No human on earth will be able to apply to all of those jobs, even if you give them 1 month. Okay, and if they do, then it's just low quality application. we'll come to that. The difference between low quality and high quality application. I'll discuss that later on. So because of the nature of the abundance of these jobs, I mean, we just looked at one platform, not looked at others, right? Because of the nature of the abundance, it makes it easy to transition compared to other career paths. And last but not least, you have fantastic salary projections. Now, let me tell you a funny story, very short one. I told you initially that I interviewed for Micro1.ai, right? Micro1.ai. Then they advertised a data administrator role, right? Now, I got asked every question I prepared for, and I was itching for them to ask me, what is my salary expectation? They didn't ask me. They eventually asked me, do you have any questions for us? And then I took the opportunity to ask them, okay, what's the budget for this role? Okay. And if you bear me witness, if you've ever interviewed with most Nigerian employers, when you ask this question, they'll tell you, what's your own expectation? Right? These guys told me $40 per hour, a whooping $40 per hour. Now, this was very early in my career. I was going there to say $20 per hour, and it was literally doubled on the spot. And in most cases, for this kind of recruiters, if you go there and you see something outrageously less, okay, they will start to doubt whether you really know what you're getting into or not. Okay, so I want you to even let's not go with the $40 per hour. Let's go with the $20 per hour per month on a monthly basis. How much would that be? And in fact, you don't even need to calculate that. Let me give you another one. There is this thing recruiters do these days. Recruiters abroad, majorly. Now, they've seen that, you know what? Africans are getting skilled. And they are as skilled in most cases as the local professionals that we have abroad. So what recruiters are doing now, recruiters abroad, what they are doing now is, instead of hiring a local talent to fill up all the rooms, they also look towards Africa to look for Africans like yourself who know how to do this stuff. And guess why they are looking for Africans? So that they can pay them 4 times lesser. So a role that would generally or ordinarily take 40,000 US dollars per year upwards, recruiters will look for an African to pay 9,000 US dollars per year, 9K per year. I want you to do mathematics now. Where are the Forex guys in the house? Where are the Forex guys in the house? Help us do the math. 9,000 US dollars per year. Break it down. How much will you be earning on a monthly basis in Nigeria in Naira? How much will you be earning in Naira on a monthly basis? Okay, from 9,000 US dollars per year. Do that. And then once the answers drop, I want you to type in the chat. Do you think that's a decent kind of salary for yourself or not, compared to where you are now? I want you to compare that salary in Naira to where you are right now. Do you think it's a decent? So these recruiters know exactly what the purchasing power parity is. Okay? The purchasing power parity. They know what it is. So they know that majority of the Africans would find that a decent is not a salary that will make you a billionaire. All right? It's not, you're not going to be able to buy a private jet. But guess what? You'll be better off compared to where you are currently. You get salaries that only top executives earn that in Nigeria, and they earn it towards the later part of their career. So if you are here right now, you should be looking at this, getting yourself skilled, because the skill is what separating you from this kind of opportunity. So let's move ahead. Okay. Now, what we did at Nebiant Analytics is we looked at the job boards. Okay, we looked at so many job boards: LinkedIn, Indeed, Glassdoor, CV Library, and so many more. WWR, Work Remotely, Adzuna, and the likes. And then we also looked at the World Economic Forum Future of Jobs report for 2025. Now, this is a report that comes out every 2-3 years, and it is compiled based on a conference that is constituted by billionaires in dollars, captains of industries, leading world politicians, billionaires in dollars that come together to decide what trajectory is the economy going towards. And when they looked at the future of jobs between 2025 and 2030, the top jobs that were predicted to be on the rise between 2025 and 2030 is jobs around data and AI. So for that reason, okay, we compiled, and the increase in demand is projected to go from what it is now, okay, plus another 30 to 35% of what it is. Let me put that into perspective for you. When we looked for the data analyst job on LinkedIn the other time, we saw 14,000, right? Divide that by 3. That's somewhere around what? 5. Okay, let's say 15,000 divided by 3, that's 5,000. When you come back in 2030 to do that same search, you'll no longer be seeing 14,000. See something around 14,000 plus another 5,000. That's something around 20,000 open roles. So the demand is going to be on the rise. A lot of companies will be looking for data analysts more than we have skilled people. So there is a skill gap in that career path right now. There are more jobs, okay? There are more jobs than we have professionals. There are more jobs than we have professionals. So that has created a void, a gap, okay? And a gap always comes with what? An opportunity. Are we together, guys? Are we together? Are we together? Are we together? A gap always comes with an opportunity. So what we did was we looked at all of this and we said, you know what, as an African right now, 3 career paths you should be looking at are data analytics, data science, or business analysis. Data analytics, data science, or business analysis. Okay, so what? Now, what do you need to become either of this? You need to know what you're getting to. You don't just choose based on what the name sounds like, right? So as a data analyst, your job is simple. You get into an organization, the records that they keep, you want to turn it into charts and visuals that make sense. You want to turn it into charts and visuals that make actual sense. That's your job as a data analyst. You do presentations, you create dashboards. So let me show you an example of what you'll be building. Let me see. I think this is one of it. So this is an example of a dashboard that you will build as a data analyst. And guess what? This is Excel. Yes, your Microsoft, the same Microsoft Excel that you know. All right, the same Microsoft Excel that you know. This was built in Excel. Okay, this was built in Microsoft Excel, as you can see, was built in Microsoft Excel. So you need to. Majority of people don't know how to use Excel to build that, though. Okay, and beyond just Excel, you learn how to use SQL. Let me pick up my laser so that we can be on the same page. Yeah, you need to learn SQL, Power BI, Tableau, Looker Studio, and generative AI with ChatGPT. Okay, and generative AI with ChatGPT. Generative AI with ChatGPT. All right, generative AI with ChatGPT. So you need to learn all these things to become a data analyst. Now, a data scientist, their job is to make predictions into the future based on what the company has already recorded. Listen, somebody's asking what's their difference. This is their difference. While a data analyst will pick the same record but summarize it and turn it into charts and visuals to tell a story and to explain what has happened, a data scientist, on the other hand, wants to use that information to make predictions into the future, to tell the organization that, look, these are the projections into the future, what is based on what has already happened, and these are what are the likely things that are going to happen, and this is how you need to position yourself, right? So, and some of these outcomes, the company actually wants it, while some they don't want it. So it's either you are positioning yourself as an organization to leverage that information, or you position yourself in a way to prevent that prediction. Am I making sense, guys? So that is your job as a data scientist. So you need to learn Excel, or a little bit differently than the data analyst. You learn it not just for dashboarding, but for predictive analytics. You also learn SQL. You learn how to use Tableau for data visualization. You learn how to use Python. Python is going to be your bread and butter. So if you don't mind writing Python codes, okay, and I have a good news for you also, okay, especially for people who are scared of Python. I was scared of Python too, so I won't be shocked if you tell me I'm scared of Python. So Python is going to be your bread and butter as a data scientist. You also get to learn GitHub and also generative AI. Look, there has never been a better time to become a data scientist, and that is because of the advent of AI tools like ChatGPT. These days, yes, you need to know your basics. You know the basics, you know how to write your Python codes. But ChatGPT gives you all the codes that you need. And you as a professional, you are focused more on solving the business problem rather than writing code. So you are not a coder. Leave that for the web developers, okay? You are a problem solver. You solve actual problems. So you focus on interpreting the results rather than, inventing codes. And as a business analyst, your job ordinarily is to serve as a middleman. Okay, you get into an organization, and your goal as a business analyst is to ensure that wherever there is a technical team and a non-technical team, you are in the middle to officiate. You want to. I call them translators. So, what exactly do they do? Now, picture this. There is a startup, or even an established organization that need to build a product. It could be a website, an app, whatever it is. Now, the CEOs are usually the ones who make the decision, okay, now we need to go into building, digital product or something. CEOs need to communicate what they need to the technical team, coders, the web developers, and the likes. Your job as a business analyst is to ensure that whatever the CEOs want, that's the non-technical team, whatever it is they want, is clearly understood by the technical team, which are the developers and the likes, also well documented, monitored, and iteratively delivered to the non-technical team. When I say iteratively, incrementally, okay? So it is very similar to what you already know as project management, okay? But the difference is, while a project manager will wait until the project ends before they present the finished product to the CEOs and the decision makers, a business analyst would keep on presenting from time to time once they hit certain milestones. And that is the difference between the waterfall methodology used by the project manager and the agile methodology used by the business analyst. But guess what? There's been a recent update to the business analyst jobs. So recruiters started doing something very funny. And all these are strategies to also cut costs. So HR people want to cut costs, right? Am I right or wrong? HR always want to cut costs. They get appraised based on how much they save the organization. If you don't know this before, know it today. So how did they do it? They now require that, yes, you are a business analyst, but at least know some little amount of data analysis, no small data analysis, right? We require you to have a little knowledge about data analysis. Of course, not as deep as the data analyst or the data scientist, but good enough for you to be able to easily summarize data with charts. And if you've not filled out the attendance form, it's been posted in the chat again. Click on that link, fill it out so you can get the recording and my slides to go with it. Okay, guys, fill it out. Type done if you filled it out, but it's in the chat already. Try it right now. You can click on that blue link, fill it out, and let me know what's done. So while you are doing that, okay, while you are doing that, recruiters now did something funny, especially for business analysis. They now require you to know a little data analysis. For that reason, we looked at our curriculum and then we added Excel, SQL, and Power BI, okay, to the data, to the business analysis program. Okay, so you learn Excel, SQL, Power BI, Miro for process mapping, Trello for Jira for managing your team, Azure DevOps for collaboration and documentation, Draw.io for process mapping, and of course ChatGPT. Okay, if you're not using ChatGPT right now, you are sitting on a time bomb, calling it a job. One day, an AI will come replace that job. So you need to also find ways to meet up with the current trend. So that those are the differences between the jobs and what you need to know and what you need to learn to get into this. But guess what? I want to know which one. You may have chosen one in the form already, for those who have filled, but now that you've known the differences and what the requirements are, which one will you go for? Personally, type it in the chat. Type it in the chat, let me know. And if you've not filled the attendance form, ensure to fill the attendance form now. Okay, fill the attendance form and let's know. So, which one do you want to be? Data analyst, business analyst, data scientist, business analyst. I want the one that is. Somebody said I want the one that is hardest. I want the one that's hardest. So you're the first person, Kolawole, to say this kind of thing to me. Okay, I want the one that you like hard things. That's interesting. Okay, so if you want something hard, okay, if you want something hard, okay, you need to start looking into mechanic work, okay, because I did that too. I'm not joking. I did it. All right, I used to be a mechanic, okay, and it was very hard. Trust me, very very hard. All right, I'm not joking. People are laughing, but I'm actually not joking. Okay, I told you I read mechanical engineering, right? I actually registered with a repair shop back in the days, and it was, trust me, it was very hard. So if you're looking for something hard, that's where you want to go. Okay, but if you're looking for something that you can realistically learn and say, I know how to do this thing, because if you're not going to mechanic now, you need let's not go there. Let's not go there. All right, let's go. Just tell me which one do you want. Okay, which one do you want? In the chat box, which one do you want? Okay, which one do you want? Claudia said no. All right, no problem. Okay, but I was just, it may sound like sarcasm, but I was just being honest because that's my own experience. Okay, so now let's go for that. Now, what you need to do right now is you want to that means Shay, you don't worry about what you feel. See, if what you want now is different from what you chose in the form, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. All right, but no problems at all. Okay, that's fine. Now, what you need to do now, the action plan now is you want to start learning. Okay, some of us may say, what if I want to do all three? Look, don't do all three. Don't do all three. All right, do one. Know it. Get a job in that one first before you go to another one. If not, you'll be like most Africans, most Nigerians. What are they like? You keep on learning. After 1 year, you are still learning. After 2 years, you are still learning. You never get to a point where you are confident, because you just learn and you keep seeing that there is more to learn. Because guess what? There is more to actually learn. There will always be more to learn. but you want to choose one, know it, get a job in that one first before you think of another one. So, but if you say you want to learn all three, you will find yourself learning and learning and learning without applying. And you don't want to fall in that. Okay. You want to learn this to make a living off of it, not for the sake of learning, right? So when you start learning, you then brand yourself. Guys, listen to me. You see those people I talked about, those people I talked about that got jobs, they branded themselves as well, following our guidance. Okay. Your CV. Look, before you walk into that room to answer any question from your interviewer, your CV has preceded you. Your CV has walked in before that time. So your CV should have represented you on paper first, even before you present yourself. So it shows how important your CV is. Not just that, when they see your CV, they're going to look you up on LinkedIn. They will look you up on LinkedIn. So you want them to go and see that you are well packaged on LinkedIn. So you optimize your LinkedIn. You need to have proof of work, portfolio. Now, at the beginning of this session, I mentioned you must have proof that you've done the things you say you know how to do, right? Let me show you what a portfolio looks like. Okay, let me show you what a portfolio looks like real quick. Let me show you what a portfolio looks like. All right, let me show you what a portfolio looks like. Which one should I show you now? All right, so this is what a portfolio looks like. This is a very simple website portfolio. So it's an actual website, okay, that needs no code to be built. You don't need to code anything. You build this website from scratch, from thin air. You build it, and you can build it under 1 hour without writing any code. Okay, so you build something like this, tells people about you. You click on view project, it takes the recruiter to your portfolio page where you have diagrams of the things that you built. This is actual proof. Okay, recruiters like it when they can see stuff like this, and then they are eager and itching to. Sometimes, if you could open the heart of a recruiter and see how much they are praying that nobody else is pitching you at that time, you are not currently interviewing for another role at that time, you will be glad yourself. Okay, so you have your contact where people can contact you and the likes. This is an actual portfolio. You can see portfolio page. Okay, you can see the portfolio page. Okay, people can click on their own page. All right, and your name is sitting nicely somewhere there. You know, you can build this from scratch without writing one line of code. You won't. You also need to start positioning yourself online on platforms like Upwork. Okay, for positioning yourself for remote work. You need mentorship. Okay, you need interview preparation. You need to be prepared. If you have an interview, you don't just walk into the interview blind eye. Majority of us made that mistake. I want to shock them. So I will not tell them I have an interview. I want to shock them. Who do you want to shock? Instead of you to get yourself a mentor that will prepare you before the interview so that you get a job. So is it that you want to make ends meet or you are looking for people to shock? Which one? Because you can only pick one. So pick the one you want. So you need interview prep. You also need job reference. When you get an offer, they will ask you, can you get us a referee? Who will stand for you? Even on the job, you still need support. We call it OTJ, on the job support. These are things that I'm telling you need. Then, another thing you need is you need to apply to jobs. And applying to jobs can be very tricky. How many of you are currently applying to jobs, actively applying to jobs, and you're getting rejection emails? Those fancy rejection emails that will tell you, unfortunately, we regret to inform you that while you rank as one of the top candidates in our application, we regret to inform you that we'll be moving on with other candidates who are suitable to the role. How many of you? So I don't have people who are applying actively here. You're not applying to jobs. Any job, not whether it's tech or not. Okay, fantastic. A couple of people are applying to jobs. So if you're in that boat or you have not yet started, even if you have not yet started, know that it is happening. It will happen. Rejections will happen. But you want to reduce it. You want that whenever you put an application out there, you get a very high chance to get called back for an interview. If you want to get a high chance, you have to power your application with AI. Look, let me tell you something very quickly. When you hit that apply button, your CV does not go to a human being. It does not go to the HR. Majority of you think it goes to the HR. It does not. It actually goes to a robot called ATS, Applicant Tracking System. Now, what the applicant tracking system will do is it takes your CV, takes the job description, does a match. It then scores your CV on a scale of 1 to 100. Anything below 90% match, anything below that is going to send you an automated rejection email in after 5 days of the application. So they deliberately delay sending you that rejection email so that it feels like as if so many people are applied and we were checking, and when we got to yours, it was after 5 days. No, they had the moment you hit that apply button, they already know whether they are sending you a rejection email. And for people who get rejection email, your potential employer did not even know that you applied to the job, because it is the computer that sent you the email. So they did not want to send it to you immediately so that you don't, they don't want suicide rates to spike because people are looking for jobs. So they delayed deliberately so that people's self-esteem are not, is not damaged. All right. So that is what happens. Now, the few that are able to crack that 90 to 95%, they then go to the table of the HR. Now, it is from those people, those few people, that interviews, invites are given. In some cases, they interview all of them because they are equally good. Okay, especially when they are very good. Okay, they interview all of them and get to pick which one goes for the job. That is what happens. So if you are just you paid somebody to do a CV for you, and that's the CV you are still using, that same CV is what you are still using to apply, then you are likely not going to make significant progress. Okay, let me not say no progress, because you're applying. Okay, so you need to power it with AI. You will build your own personal ATS, applicant tracking system. You get the job description you want to apply to. You already have your CV, so you put it inside your own personal ATS. You get your score, and you get recommendation for improvement, and then you apply. And you do that for each job. So even if you apply to 10 jobs in a month, you know that you've put out quality application. So it is quality over quantity. Am I making sense, guys? Quality over quantity. So now, guys, let's move. Guys, are you getting value? Are you learning one or two things? Or I am just are you learning something? Have you learned anything so far? Because if at this point you've not learned anything so far, I'll feel very terrible. Okay, fantastic. You're getting value now. Esther, that you're seeing on my screen, did all three. She started learning. She branded herself. She applied to jobs, and ultimately she got a job. But there is a caveat, and this is me telling you the truth. Esther followed our instructions religiously. Even when the road was looking gloomy at some point for her. I mean, this is a new terrain for her, somebody coming from the health sector. I mean, what are you expecting? Coming from the health sector, getting into tech. Of course, it's going to look gloomy, at some point. But that is the most critical point where you need to trust the process and keep on grinding. She attended all her classes. She asked questions. She got guidance and mentorship. And finally, she got a job. Okay? And there are more people like her, not just her. I talked about Naomi the other time. This is Ugochi. Ugochi left the corporate space for a while because she was becoming a mom. She was pregnant and all of that. She was, nursing and the like. She had to step out of the corporate space. So when she was done and ready to get back in, she said, you know what, I'll just be wasting my time going to continue from where I stopped. Why not look elsewhere? That was how she chose tech, and she chose Naviance June 2025, Gochi landed a business analyst role with Marite Consulting, and she even currently passes on that knowledge to people as we speak. So, and this is somebody that struggled with imposter syndrome at some point. If you know what imposter syndrome is, even the biggest of professionals struggle with imposter syndrome. Okay, but handling it strategically and in the right way, is what begets this kind of result. Okay, and there are many more others like herself. Um, Mary saw us on Instagram. She's been looking for how to get to start working remotely. She joined our program and she got 2 internships. Okay, the current internship she's on is a 6 month internship with a long-term contract to follow it after she's done. Okay, she's going to be signed in to work with them full time once she's done with the 6 month internship. So, and there is something Mary says. She comes back to us and she tells us that, Mohammed, I don't think I am that special or I'm spectacular. So, why do you say so? She said, they told me that 3,000 people applied for that role and they picked just two of us for the internship. 3,000. So, do you think the HR went to 3,000 CVs? Do you think so? Of course not. The ATS withered the rest of them. And Mary tells us that CV you gave me, I think it is that CV that broke through the ATS for me. It's not as if I'm that special. And I say, Mary, why are you downplaying the good work you've done? I mean, you attended the classes, you learned this stuff, you know how to do it. Stop downplaying the work you also put in. But she was just trying to highlight how effective that CV is. Not just her. You have Oluwaseun. Oluwaseun used to work in a microfinance bank as a risk officer. We happened to meet in one event where I was a speaker. So he asked me questions in that event, around this time last year. And fast forward, he joined our program. He has gotten so many gigs right now. Oluwaseun Ojo himself is a professional as we speak. All right. So if you can't see my screen, okay, if you can't, people are saying you can't see my screen. Guys, if you can see my screen, type I can see your screen so that the people saying they can't see my screen know that the issue is from their end, okay? And if it keeps persisting, all right, all you need to do is step out of the call and join back in. But if you can see my screen, type I can see your screen so they can see that you guys can see my screen and the issue is from there on. All right, so that was Oluwaseun's story. You also have Uduak Basi, we call her Grace. Okay, if you joined the meeting earlier enough, you would have heard her story. She was speaking at the time I joined. Leburo Olawale also, you would have heard her story as well. A teacher, now a tech professional. Okay, and then you have Helen Okai, a biology graduate, now a tech professional. So at the end of the day, how exactly did we really help these guys apart from just teaching them the skills? Because Mohammed, you have said, oh, I need to learn the skill, I need to do this, I need to do that. What did we add on? What stood these people out? How did we get them these results? By choosing to join labels. So you see all those people that I just talked about. Even if their program has ended as of now, they can still come back if they have an interview for preparation because they have access to what? Lifetime interview preparation. Lifetime interview preparation, meaning anytime you have an interview, just because you joined the program, you get an expert to get interviewed. You also have a lifetime access to all your training materials. Okay, so you can always go back to it for reference. All right. You have a lifetime access to recommendation letters. Guys, no one will do this for you. No one else will do this for you. Okay, and then you have a lifetime alumni mentorship. Okay, lifetime alumni mentorship. So from time to time, keep on checking on you. Where are you at? What's going on? Are you still applying to jobs? If you are, what are you facing? How can we help you? So the big question is, do you want to work with us? Because we want to work with you. So the question is, do you want to work with us? That's the question. Okay. Now the program itself is a 4 month learning journey. So the sacrifice you need to make is for 4 months. 4 months. The first 3 months you learn stuff, you build stuff, you solve problems, real world problems, and 1 month after, the 1 month after will be for testing your skills without any guidance in our internship program. The class goes thus: Saturdays and Sundays. So on Saturdays, you have a live instructor-led class, just the way we are here, just like as we are here. You can say I shared my screen, I walked you through. For example, in such a Saturday class, the instructor is going to share their screen, and from scratch, let me close this. From scratch, they will walk you through on how to turn a data set like this, a raw data set like this, okay, to a dashboard like this, step by step, step after step. And these are highly trained professionals who know the pain point. They know the struggles that beginners like yourself are likely to go through. So they are highly patient enough to walk you through step by step. Um, and even if it means doing it outside of class, depending on what the situation is, these are people who are willing to help you. So Saturdays 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. we build stuff. Sundays you get what we call a self-paced DID video. So do as I do videos, self-paced. So you decide when you want to watch them. But the key thing is you complete your DID videos for that week before the next Saturday, so that by the time you go into class, you are not an absolute blank page. Do you get my point? Of course, we don't expect you to memorize everything like a computer, but simply watching the preparatory videos ensures that you are not a total blank page in class the next Saturday. And then during the week, you don't have classes, but we meet with you from time to time. So on Tuesdays, we have what we call support session. If you have any issues, oh, I was watching the DID video, I had some issues here and there, you come here and complain. And this is like the second layer of support that we have. You would have a WhatsApp group where you can immediately complain and get help, but we still have a dedicated session 9 to 10 p.m. on Tuesdays in the evening. So you've come from work, you've rested, you just join, complain, oh, I have this, I have that, you get it solved. If you have presentations, you do it that time too. Thursday evening, same time, 9 to 10 p.m., get mentorship. All your sessions, as you are attending it, we record it. Just the way we are recording this one. We record it and then we put it on a platform called Google Classroom, where you have access to it for life. So even if I do not encourage missing classes, but if for one reason or the other, any responsibilities, duties can call, your work shift, you have some engagements currently during the weekend, you can religiously follow these recordings and get up to speed. And because you'll be on the WhatsApp group, you can ask questions to your facilitators. You have a class coordinator, you can ask them for help, and you'll be up to speed. The only thing is you need to be committed. You need to be committed as well. All right. So now that's the structure of the journey. And the platforms I talked about, we use Google Classroom. That's the secret behind the lifetime access that you have. Okay, and then we have our bespoke LMS, our learning management system, via our website. You get the DID videos to prepare ahead of class. Now, all of our course brochure is here. So ensure that if you've not filled out the attendance form, you filled it out now. This is your last chance to fill out the attendance form in the chat. Click on that link, fill it out if you haven't already. Okay, so when you get my slides, you can go ahead and look at the details of the brochure. It is highly detailed. If you want to go through it one by one now, we will not leave here tonight. So that's what I'm saying. Fill out the attendance form. So when you get my slides, you are able to go through it in details, and you can still contact me or my team members afterwards. Fantastic, projects you'll be building. Okay, these are some of our students' work. Okay, you can see this person now. This is, you can see the person's name here, Abayomi Fatoki. That's one of our students. And these are more of their portfolios. So I deliberately included their portfolio link so you can look at what they built. These are people. These are people who started from scratch. For example, look at Adachi's portfolio. If I click on it, it's going to load up Adachi's portfolio. Let me drag it here. It's opened in the other screen. So let me drag it in here. So you click on that link, it's going to open up their portfolio. You can see it's even better than the one I built. The one they built is better than the one I built. Can you see that? And that's because when you get the resources, you're left with creativity. Okay, you can give it colors, you can do stuff, and the likes like that. So you can see she even attached her resume. So if you want to look at the structure of her CV, if you have that, if you have this link, you can look at what her CV looks like. I think it's still loading something, it's still loading. So you see her CV here, okay? You see her CV here, and you can contact. Okay, that's her CV. You can see her CV right there, and then you can contact her. You can contact her via the contact page. So, guys, at the end of the day, okay, at the end of the day, the question is still to you. Okay, are you ready to join our next class? Because if your answer is yes, those are the set of people I want to speak with now. Okay, Navient Analytics does not want to work with everybody. We want to work with people who we are also confident that, look, this person wants it. Okay, this person, we can work with the person and get the person the kind of results that they want, because our joy is to see that we have more Africans who can represent us in the tech space. So, how many of you are ready to join our next class? You are ready to join our next class. So we have a class starting on the 6th of September. That is this weekend. We have a class starting this weekend. Okay, and for anybody who is ready to join that class starting this weekend, okay, I will walk that person through. I will walk you through how you can get started. Okay, how you can get started this weekend, September 6th. Okay, September 6th. So if you want it so badly, you can decide to start September 6th. Okay, or you start um, October the 4th. Okay, one of the two. But I'll tell you how you can get started. Now, for all of our courses, okay, the prices are the same. The prices are the same. So all you need right now is an investment of 350,000 naira. 350,000 naira, you get access. But guess what? If you are on this call right now, you will not be paying 350,000. You will get a discount, and instead of 350,000, you only get to pay 250,000 naira. The good thing about it is that, because some people at this point tell us, you know what, Mohammed, don't worry, don't tell me anything again. I'll just pay outrightly. Okay, while some ask us, okay, do you have an installment plan? How many of you are interested in the installment plan? Or should I stop here and you just go ahead and register 250k and it's all yours, with all of the lifetime packages I talked about, lifetime access to all the materials, lifetime access to your instructors, lifetime access to lifetime access to all of the good things that I talked about. Okay, who wants to hear the installment package before I go for it? Who wants to hear the installment package? All right. So for the installment package, you can do it in three folds. You break it into three. Okay, 85,000 naira to get yourself started this weekend. So you want to start this weekend, all you need is 85,000 naira as of now. You can start this weekend Then 1 month later, you top up with another 85,000. And then the following month again, you then balance it with 80,000 naira. You do the mathematics, 85, 85, 80, you get 250,000 naira. You can do that now. Okay. And there are two ways. You can either choose to pay on our website, or you do a direct transfer to our Kuda bank account 3002 648 016, and then you send me a DM with the proof of payment once you're done. 0703 215 8619. WhatsApp DM to me. I want to take the honor of onboarding you into that class. Okay. Now, some of you see this 30,000 naira, be like, Mohammed, you didn't talk about this 30,000 naira. How many of you want me to talk about it? Normally, I'm not meant to talk about it because I've given you all the information that you've gotten, that you need already. You want to start this weekend, it's 85,000 naira you need, and you're going to start this weekend. All right. You want to start this weekend, 85,000 naira. Okay. But guess what? If you want some time, you want a little bit of time, okay, for you to get started. Let's say you want to start in October 4th. That's the cohort after that one. You can secure your discounted spot because it's a limited offer. Just 10 people. We're currently over 100 on the call now. Just 10 people are going to benefit from this discount. Oh, I forgot to say that earlier. Just 10 people. Once we have 10 people who secure their spot with at least 30,000 naira, we're good. So if you want to start later in October, all right, you can secure a spot now with 30,000. So before the classes start in October, you can then top up with 55,000 naira. In fact, if right now you don't have 85,000 naira, or you still want to start, listen to me. You still want to start with the September call this weekend, you can actually lock down with 30K first now, this night, because once this call is over, this discount is over. Okay, it's meant for people who want to really do this, right? So you can secure it with 30K, and then by weekend, you top up to start. You top up to start the class. You top up with the remaining 55,000 to complete that 85K to start the program. So do that, send me a DM. How about those who want to start in November? It is just those for those who want to start October. So look, let me tell you something, Adepeju. The earlier you start, the better. The earlier you start, the better. I could say, oh, secure a discount now and start next year, December. I'm not doing you any good. All right? That is not good for you. The earlier you start, the better. Especially now. Look, there's going to be a hiring spree towards the end of the year and January 2026. The demands skyrocket during this period dramatically, and that makes it easy for people who have dedicated their time to learning within this period that we are now to get results during that time. So do you want to go into December still thinking of how to get started, or you want to already be skilled and positioned as one of the people who these recruiters are looking for? That's a big question that you need to answer. All right. So I will start taking questions. Let me take questions from the chat first, and then I'll take questions from the hand. I'll allow you on mute to speak to me. Okay. Adepeju asking how about, okay, I've answered that question. Can I ask my question now? Okay, I think I'll just allow people on mute. So there's going to be a rule, all right? The rule is if I call your name, then you're mute. Only if I call your name, you'll mute your mic so that we can maintain decorum and orderliness. All right. So please do not unmute until I mention your name, please. All right. So now God's power, and go ahead. Your hand is up. Unmute your mic and ask your question. Your hand is up. So if you want to speak with me and just raise up just use the raise hand icon. Okay, you see it at the bottom of your control and just leave it up. If you drop it and you raise it again, you go to the back of the queue. So once you raise it up, just leave it up like that until I call your name. Okay, I'll take as many questions as I possibly can. Okay, But when the call ends, the discount is over. Keep that in mind. So, Gospel, go ahead, please. Your question.
Okay, good evening, everyone. And I joined in late because I was in transit,
All
but
right,
for the few minutes I joined, I learned quite a lot.
brilliant.
Can I start in October? And when in October am I starting?
Okay. So you will likely start, the October course is likely going to start October 4th. Okay, October 4th or
Sorry to cut
lately.
it short, sorry. And I'm a complete novice when it comes to the tech space. So that's what I'm saying.
Absolutely. So if you were earlier enough to the session, you will not even mention what you just mentioned. Okay, because I already addressed that. Look, it is designed for absolute beginners. Those guys you saw, I don't know whether you saw them, the guys that got jobs. These are people
Okay.
who do not have any background whatsoever. What do you have? What do you currently do now?
I do graphic design, I do printing and branding.
Fantastic. So there is somebody that got a job that used to work in the bank. There's somebody that got a job that what she had was a biology degree. There's somebody that got a job who was a nurse. There's somebody that got a job who was a teacher. So that just goes to show that the apart from the course itself being beginner friendly, the experts you work with understand the kind of people they are working with. So they don't expect that you know it. There are some people when they are teaching you, they'll be like, this simple thing you don't understand. Okay, but we don't we don't assume that it's gonna be easy for people to understand. Okay, so we try to tie it down so that as a beginner it's friendly for you, all right? So I hope that answers your question.
All right, thank you. Then I'll be ready for October.
Okay, so I'm gonna get a DM in a couple of minutes, right?
All right.
Now I'm asking, are you sending me a DM in a couple of minutes so that
Yes.
we can enroll you? Okay, brilliant. So ensure to send me that DM so that you lock in your spots, lock in your position. Hopefully not up to 10 people I've secured because I already started getting DMs anyway. So but I think if you send it now, you'll still be part of them. Who is the second person? So before I take the second person, let me quickly answer some questions in the chat. Somebody asking, how long do we have in this session, please? Once I'm done, okay, I'm just answering questions, and that's the last thing I promised you guys that I said I would do. So I'm answering questions now. So once I'm done with my questions, I'm off, discount is off. What do we need to for effective participation in class? Very good question, Adepeju. You need your laptop, you need access to power, you need access to internet, and you must also come with your 101% concentration and dedication. You can guarantee me these four things, you're good to go, Adepeju. All right, those are the four requirements: your laptop, access to internet. Of course, you need power to power it up, and then don't forget to come with your dedication and your readiness to learn. If you have those four things, you're good to go. Do we have the benefit of still chatting for the October session because one hour's plan ahead the bills choke? I understand bills are choked, okay, but this is a channel for you to unchoke your bills. Okay, were you here when I talked about the tactic? Um, what was it called now? The recruiters abroad are using these days. So that is a tactic that will favor you as an African to unchoke your bills. So while bills are choked, I understand that things are choked. Okay, why not take steps that will move you towards choking them? So that's my advice for you. I'm Joel, right? If you would use that. Second person to ask the question is F Young. No, not F Young. F F F Young. I hope I pronounced your name well. Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Hello, sir. Good evening.
That's not F Young. That's Basi speaking.
Yeah,
So
I thought that is my name.
okay, that's you. Was that you?
Yeah,
Okay, go ahead and ask a question then.
I really appreciate this opportunity, a great platform like this.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, to able to display this kind of at least idea to young people like us that we are coming
Fantastic.
up in the tech industry.
Yeah.
Sir, my question is
Mhm.
the time frame
Mhm.
for like the lecture, like the time frame, 3 months
Yeah.
is not enough for
Yeah.
someone to learn data science
Yes.
or data analysis.
Yeah.
It's not even enough because it's a broad course. It is a course that is deal with calculation
Yes. And
and
mathematics, right?
business. Yes, business.
Fantastic.
If someone does not have any idea about all of
Mhm.
these things, how will someone cope?
Within just 3 months, right?
It's not possible. It's
It's
not.
not possible. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you that it's not possible. Okay. Was that a question or is there more questions?
That's what just bothering me. That's why
Okay.
let me just air it out. That's why I said
Fantastic. Fantastic. Somebody came yesterday and told me, Mohammed, I like what you're saying. I want to learn it in 1 month. And I told the person it's impossible. Now, let me tell you this. I agree with you when you say, oh, you need to learn for like 1 year, 2 years, to be solidly grounded. But help me answer this question, Basi.
okay.
Which one is easier? To stay consistent for 1 year or to stay consistent for 3 months? Which one is relatively easier for anybody to do?
Okay.
You get
For
my point.
someone,
Say,
yeah.
say you're going to the gym now. If I say, okay, go to the gym for 3 months every day, every single day across 3 months, I'll give you 1 billion. Or go 1 year. Will you go for 1 year because you want to build more muscle? Which one will you choose?
I'll choose.
You choose 3 months, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now, guess what? What we have in this 3 months package is not focused on theory. From day one, you are solving problems. And God bless you for the question. Let me show you what the class looks like very quickly. Okay, the kind of project you work on in class. All right, so when you enroll, you get on one of these platforms, Google Classroom, and here you get the class materials. Okay, these are classes. So this is the September class starting this weekend. You can see I've gotten my invite for the classes starting this weekend. But let me show you some of the classes that are currently ongoing. Now, let me show you the August cohorts that started last month. So when you get into the class, okay, you would work on projects that are real world. So this is a Tableau class, for example, a Tableau live class. Now, before the class, you'd have just two things: the class material. I really hope you can see my screen. Let me enlarge
I
it.
guess I can see, Christopher.
So before the class, you would have two things: class material and login details. So you come here, you click on it, you join the class. You can see August 30th. That was this past Saturday. All right. So the class material contains what you'll be doing in class and the problem you'll be solving in class. So let me show you. Let me show you what it looks like. So now you can see table of contents, and you have a project background. Uber Ride Analytics, Tableau project. So it is not a case of you come to class and then it is theory, we're talking of abstract stuff. There will be a company which you'll be working for and you'll be solving a problem. Okay. Uber is one of the leading ride handling, ride hailing platform in the world, connecting millions of drivers and passengers daily. The increase in competition and customer expectations, operational efficiency and user satisfaction are critical. Uber's operations team wants to analyze ride booking data to understand pattern of customer demand, track driver performance and customer satisfaction, all those nice stuff. Guess what? You build a dashboard like this for Uber to be able to understand what is going on in the data, because the data itself is just a series of columns and rows. Nobody can make sense of that until you turn it into something like this. So this is what you do in class. And it will be there. Click here to download Uber dataset. So from class, once the facilitator will show you how to download this and solve the problem in class from scratch. So let me take you back. Okay. Now, as the class is happening, remember I said we record the class as it is happening. So this is the class recording. So if for a reason, again, I love to stress it here that I don't encourage missing class. But if you have to, you can't avoid it. You must then come back here to the class recording and click this place and relive the recording. It's going to be like as if you are in class all over again. Okay, so once you play this recording, you can see that's one of our experts, Daffy. Okay, he's the team lead for data science. Walk you through, okay, step by step on how to build that dashboard. Let me fast forward it so you can see that's the same material I just showed you. So let's fast forward it to, you can see from scratch. You can see from scratch. Okay, they went for break. Yeah, they went for break here. In 15 minutes break. So let's fast forward a little. They went for break. Okay, so you can see this is Tableau from scratch, working with explain. I wish you could hear the audio, all right, but it's an experience we've created in such a way that it is you that will decide that, look, I don't want this thing. Okay, I want to achieve my goals, and then you don't achieve the goals. But if you are ready, like I said, to work with us, you get this. So weekend on weekend, you are solving one problem or the other. So it's not a situation where we keep you for 1 year, teach you stuff you don't know, stuff you don't need, and then along the line you're like, it's gonna take me 1 year. I don't even understand what they are teaching me in the first 2-3 months. How am I going to cope? And that's what will just overwhelm you. And you're like, look, let me stay where I am. Tech is not my thing. So many people have found themselves in that boat simply because they think it is impossible to achieve this in 3 months. But guess what? We not only say it is impossible, we have proven that it is possible with our participants who have worked with us. So it's up to you now, but I hope and really hope I answered the question, Basi.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, fantastic. So somebody sent me a DM now. Was that you, or you wanted me to answer that question before you send me your own DM? Hi Basi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can
So
hear
I was
quite
asking
well.
if you sent me your DM.
Hello. Can you come again?
I was asking if you had sent me your DM with a proof of payment.
Yeah. No, I will.
Okay. I hope it's before this call ends, because once the call ends, it's over.
Okay.
All right. I'll be expecting quite a number of people. So for those who have sent me a DM, you notice I've not responded, and that's because my phone is here with me. Okay, I'll respond to your DMs once I am off the call. All right, so you start getting your response from me. So let's go to the next person. The next person is Victoria. So Victoria, you can unmute your mic and go ahead with your question.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you. How are you doing tonight?
I'm fine, thank you. I just want to ask a question.
Right.
I even sent the question already. I don't have a laptop, and that means I cannot even partake in the class for now until when I'm able to get a laptop in the future. Sometime when you're having the next class, maybe in October, definitely, because without having a laptop, I don't think I can navigate through the classes, because you already mentioned it earlier.
Mhm. Yeah. So, are you asking what you should do then?
I'm not asking. Yeah, well, I'm asking if there's room to have the classes in October. I mean, because I had to purchase a laptop to be able to go through with the classes.
Fantastic. So, there are so many people like yourself who we've helped in the past, and here's how we help them. Okay, in order that you don't miss out on the discount, you can lock down first with the minimum amount, and then you get that ample time to then get yourself a laptop ahead of the October class, for example, and then all you need to do will be to top up to get yourself started. Okay, does that work for you?
Okay. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much.
All right, that's fine. So once you do that, just log down, send me a DM 0703-215-8619. It's on the screen. If you can see my screen, that's my WhatsApp number.
Okay.
So
Okay, sir.
make sure to send me a DM tonight. All right. All right. Next person, like I said again, if you're here, you sent me a DM already because I'm receiving DMs. You sent me a DM, just be patient with me, all right? Everything is good. I'm the one who respond, so that's why I've not responded to you yet. So once I'm done, I'll start responding to you. So the next person on my list here is Oladimeji. Oladimeji. Hi, Oladimeji. How are you doing?
Hello, Mr. Mohammed.
Hi, Oladimeji. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, go
Can you
ahead.
hear me?
I saw your hand up, so I think you have
Yeah.
a question. Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah, basically, I personally want to study data science in school
Okay.
until I saw this ad on Facebook, so I had to give it a chance. But my question go right. This. You mentioned about the 350,000 or 250,000
Yeah.
as an investment. Is it
Yeah.
actually an investment, or am I investing into buy it because?
Okay. Okay. Fantastic. I like your question. Okay. Now I call it an
Yeah,
investment because it is an investment, and you're actually investing in yourself. Most people
yeah,
see
I know.
Yeah, so most people see investment as when you buy land, when you buy stocks, or when you buy crypto, which is correct. But
Yeah,
investment is also investing in yourself. For example, now, 5 years ago, I was not what I am worth now in terms of the skill that I have. Okay, so what I did was invest in myself so that I can earn more, and that was one of the easiest investments. It is something that for example, you invest in crypto. I'm not a financial advisor, okay, please. So I'm
sure.
just I'm just talking from experience. If you invest in crypto, there's nothing guaranteeing you that you make profit. Nothing.
Yeah,
But when you invest in skill, which is what especially if you fall in the middle class, anything middle class and lower, right? You want to invest in yourself to increase the skill that you have. Because guess what? Even if anything happens, that skill is there. Nobody takes a skill away from you.
it's been out of you. Yeah,
Exactly. So at the end of the day, it is you sitting down and putting in the work that will then translate to, okay, you can start earning more. Are you currently working somewhere, if I may ask?
yeah, yeah. I
Fantastic.
actually have a skill.
Okay. What do you do? Do you want to share?
I'm actually a fashion designer.
Can you say that again?
A fashion designer.
Fashion designer, fantastic. Look, you can learn this skill, okay? And
Yeah,
I'm sure you have customers. Keep data of your customers, okay? Most people that run, I don't know what scale you're running your business, okay? But if it is a one-man thing, you don't ask your customers where they come from, where they live, okay, where they come from, what they do, All right, you can package your brand in such a way that you start collecting. When somebody comes and wants to patronize you, you give them a form, let them fill the form. In that form, you can start to ask them their occupation, this and that, that and this, information that they would not mind giving out. You will then go and sit down with the data. What are the kind of people that pay you the most? And then you can start to target those people. You can do that with the skills that you learn here. Okay. So that alone, you are investing. When people pay for package, you package yourself well, people pay you, right? So you want to invest in yourself. That's why I call it an investment. Okay. Yes, you are paying for the course, but in actual fact, you are getting skilled. So you are moving up that value chain. Okay. And that's what makes it an investment. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, another thing again,
All right.
you mentioned a self-devotion about the
Yes.
courses, like full-time
Yeah.
concentration.
Mhm.
Can you give me the range of hours? Like,
Okay. So I spoke about. Let me take you back to this slide where I talked about the schedule. So it's a 4-month journey in total. For the first 3 months, you'll be learning, and then for 1 month, you no longer be attending classes. You just go into the internship. Okay. Now the schedule is on a weekly basis. All right, on a weekly basis. Saturdays 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. 3 hours. You'd have an instructor in class like this, just the way I am here now. Share my screen and walk you through the process. Sundays you get DID videos. These are self-paced videos that you can spread through the week to keep yourself engaged and immersed in that space, and so that you are not a total blank page in the next class. So when you come into the next class, you are sort of prepped a little, okay, to be able to participate in class. And then during the weekdays, you don't have classes, but we still meet with you just to support. Tuesdays, 9 to 10 p.m. If you have any complaints, you get support. And this is just a second layer of support. You have a WhatsApp group where you can complain immediately if you have an issue. All right. We also have Thursday 9 to 10 p.m. mentorship sessions. Not a technical class, just sessions that mentor you on what you need to do outside of the technical skills that you're learning. So, and like I said, all of these classes will be recorded and provided to you on a lifetime basis. Right? On a lifetime basis. So, in terms of commitment to the course, what I tell people is this. First, I do not encourage missing class. But if you have to miss class, if you have to, because things can come up, work, emergencies, something, not necessarily bad things, okay? But things could come up and you are not available for class, then it will be incumbent on you to then go back to the recording. I mean, they are there, we've provided them to you. So why not just find time, go back to it, watch it, and come up to speed? Okay, some people tell you, I don't have time, make excuses. Let me mute your mic for now. When I'm done, then you can unmute back because of the background noise from your end. So now, I tell people this, that, look, you want to do this, you want to get a result, right? Then just dedicate this period. You won't have to attend classes for 1 year, 2 years, and the likes. Okay, so you just need 3 months of focus. 3 months of focus, and you are good. So if you miss class during that 3 months, go back to it in your free time. People will tell me, "Oh, I don't have free time. I'm always busy." And you see the same people on social media. You see the same people, they watch a full series of Netflix. The same person that is telling me I don't have time. Do you get my point? So it's just a matter of sacrifice. So instead of, yes, it's nice to relax, you want to see a movie, fine. But when you sacrifice that for this time period, you start yielding the results. later on. All right. So that's the advice I give people. So I hope that answers your question, Vladimir.
Yeah. What I understand is the major class is only on Saturday and on Sunday. Then the
Actually start today.
two, yeah.
Sunday you get pre-recorded videos.
Okay, the Tuesday and Thursday you just support
Yes,
class.
you're
Alright.
correct. All right. Yeah. So have you sent me a DM already? Are you one of the people that sent me a DM?
No, I haven't sent you a demo.
Okay, so when are you planning to send me the DM?
I'm just trying to capture your WhatsApp number so we chat on WhatsApp.
Okay. Let me take. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
All right. So this is my WhatsApp number here: 0703-215-8619. All right.
I got it already.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great. Wow. So many people have raised their hand. It's like people don't want us to. You don't want the session. Okay. I see what you guys are doing. You're raising your hands one after the other, so that the session won't be long, and I won't leave the session and the discount will still be on. Is that what you guys are doing? I see that strategy. So I think I'll take. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hands up. So I'll take those 5 and then we'll go home. Okay. Chidume B, Seb, Abdul Rakib, Al Kashif, Blessing. Those are the 5 people I'll take, and then we go home. Or maybe some people in the chats, then we'll go home. Chidume B, go ahead, please, your question.
Hi, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. How are you doing tonight?
I'm fine, thank you, sir. So I asked the question in the messages, right? But you didn't get to it. So I'm just going to read it out for you.
All right.
Yes. So I asked, is there a way for us to be getting more information, like a group chat or something? Because the website doesn't give us details of that. And it feels like we've been waiting for a while.
Okay. So is there any specific information that you need?
Anything. I just feel like the silence is just weird because like I should be doing something. Like I watched the YouTube video. I wasn't there at the webinar like in August, and I've been waiting for September 6th. But I feel like there's a way like you'll be talking to us to get us to do something. I don't know, or information that we would need for the class in September.
Oh, so you have registered. That's from what you're saying. You've registered already.
I'm yet to register.
Okay. So if you are yet to register, then this is how we keep people in our community engaged. For example, today I've shown people how to look for jobs on LinkedIn. I've told people what happens in the back end when you apply to jobs. When you hit the apply button, what really happens behind the scenes. I've told people, so people have gotten value already, right? So if you had said you've already registered, then we started adding people to the WhatsApp group ahead of September 6th. People have been registering before now, so they've been added to WhatsApp groups, getting engaged. Some of them have started receiving their onboarding kits. I mean, September 6th is literally on Saturday, so before you know it, these guys will start their program. Or if you need any specific questions answered, you can definitely reach us. Okay, you can reach us, on Instagram, on Facebook, or our phone line, and you can reach us. You can even reach out to any of the admins in the community that you are. So we are one of our WhatsApp communities. So there are many ways to reach us. And if you have any specific info, if you also fill this attendance form, we mail this recording and my slides to you. So those are the layers of engagement we have for people who have not yet registered. So I hope that answers your question.
Yes, and I have 2 more, please.
Go ahead, please.
Yes, so where can I read so is it with the emails for like that you send that I would gain access to previous seminars? Because I understand you had one yesterday, right?
Oh, okay. Let me tell you, the easiest way to get previous recordings, just subscribe to our YouTube page and turn on the notification bell. You won't miss any upload. Okay, so once you upload it, you get the notification, and you can go ahead and watch it. Is that fine?
Yes. So is there a limit to the number of people that will be accepted into the class starting September?
Definitely. All right, definitely there is a limit. So that we don't end up having a overcrowded class, and then it becomes a hassle for the experts to take care of. So there's a limit.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, that's fine. So it seems you've been joining our sessions before now, Chidumebi, if I'm correct.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because you were so articulate with your questions to the point that I thought that you had already registered at first.
No.
So is there a reason you've not registered yet?
Well, there's no reason in particular. I really don't know. I just wanted to be sure of what I was doing, if I was actually going to join this.
Okay. So are you sure now, or you still have some doubt?
No, I'm sure now. Thank you.
Okay, fantastic. So which means I'm getting a DM from you tonight, right?
Well, I already DM'd you on my mom's phone, like after the first seminar I had in August.
Okay, so okay, you can just say hi, I'm Chidumebi again,
Okay.
and then so it comes up. A lot of people send me DM, so it's tricky sometimes.
Yes, sir.
Keeping track. Yeah. All right. So thank you
you.
very much for that question. Yeah, it's a pleasure. Next person is Seb. Seb, your name reminds me of a Formula One racer, racing car driver. His name is Sebastian Vettel, and they call him Seb. Do you know the person?
Yes, I do. Even my face is usually familiar, so everywhere I go,
Oh,
so it's not a problem.
fantastic. All right.
You see, so good afternoon, and good afternoon to everybody that's listening.
Yeah.
So now, my question is just a personal concern.
Okay.
Then there may be a request at the end of it anyway. But
Okay.
you see, I know I've always been interested in data analytic. There are different ways that people have tried to offer this course. Some actually go into some schools actually offer it like as an academic program for 1 year, 2 years. So surprisingly,
Absolutely,
this is 4 months.
Yeah.
Which you have explained. I don't want you to go back to the explanation. I've been following up from the first time the seminar in August, and how I came to know about you was through Facebook from a guy I highly admired. Though I can't pick up his name now, I follow up his content from time to time. So I just thought, for someone like him that has been preaching good morals, good standards, and probably won't lead people to something else. Yeah, so that's why I started following your conversation. But then I still need a personal conviction, because I know when you're interested in something, the very approach, when you want to go with it, the approach, the way the experience you have will actually determine if you are going to be successful in that particular project, or not.
Absolutely.
So because I know I've tried Forex, and the first person I got to train with him actually messed it up, and until today I have not been able to trade on Forex on my own. So so that's why I'm concerned. So I just want to all of this following up on your meetings every day is just try to gain some confidence that this is where I can
Okay.
get what I want, you know. So
Yeah.
I have been attending. I have not paid I've not committed to it. You know that I cannot commit, but I was just trying to have some level of conviction.
All
You know,
right.
so what? Yeah. So one of the last thing, because I was thinking, like a follow up from the last caller. She's here to register. I'm sure it's the same conviction she's been trying to get. You know?
Okay. All right.
And yeah. So I this is where my request come, just to further clarify. You know, she asked whether there is a limit to how many people you want to take, and so if you can tell us what that limit is, then if you can show me how many people, if you just have a list of people that have indicated interest so far, if you can just do me a screenshot so I know that a lot of people are convinced to what they are going to get here. So I know that it's not going to be only me, you know. So that, I think that would just be the last thing for me to just like say, okay, I'm paying you right now, you know, because I'm sure this is going to be the last presentation because you have had several of them from the past, and Saturday is just around the corner. So I just think maybe this will be the last, or I don't know if there's another come. So if you can just do me a screenshot of, you know, let me see how many people. I'm not interested in names particularly, you know, but just see how populated your class is already.
Okay, fantastic. So I'll do that on one condition.
Okay.
Do you know the condition?
No.
You will not get the discount anymore. You pay 350,000, but I'll do it. Do we have a deal?
Yeah, I'll pay 350,000.
You pay 350,000. Deal.
Yes.
Because I'm going to feel my own part of it.
Yeah, if I can have it right now as we're talking, just flash it.
So let's go to the classroom. Okay. Let's go. Where's the classroom? Can you see my screen? All right. So now, if you notice in the class, okay, you have data, you have different programs, you have data analytics. These are the cohorts. So we mark the cohorts with this code. You can see this is August 2025. Okay, August 2025. So if you go to data analytics, for example, click on people, you may see some people's names, but I'll just go ahead. You see students. How many students can you see here? That's 50, right? Let me make it bold so that you can see. That's 50 in that particular class. Okay, go to other classes, for example, to people. So by the time you get into the class, you'd see this is 42 students. All right, like that. Teachers. My name is part of I'm part of the teachers in this particular class. So like that. Okay, so this is like the average that you have in a particular class. Okay, and the facilitator is able to effectively handle the class. All right, so that has been where the numbers are hovering. So that's the number you asked for.
The number I asked for.
So now that you know the number, so
no,
what's the?
I didn't see the number. I was just. Have you taken off? You are taking off the screen, right?
Yeah, I've taken off the screen. I don't know. You said you didn't see the number.
I was trying to adjust my phone.
Okay, let me take it back. So can you see my screen now?
Yeah.
So can you see teachers?
I can see teachers, yes. I see inquiries.
Can you see students?
Can
you see students?
I can see classroom. I can see.
No, can you see students?
Yes.
Okay. Can you see this now? At the right hand side, just look towards the right hand side of students.
Okay. So that's the August. That's the September 6th class, right?
This is the so for the September class, people are still registering, right? Okay. People are still registering for the September class. This is the July class. This is the August class. Okay, this is the August class. So you asked for a sense of how many people are in class. Okay, so I'm showing you classes that are already started. So this is
infallible proof. This is not proof.
Can you say that again?
We need infallible proofs.
Is that Seb speaking?
No, it's not me. It's not me that's speaking. So, but this September entry, how many people? First of all, how many is your limit per class?
Okay, fantastic. How many do you think should be the limit? Let me ask you. What do you think will be the ideal limit that will make you register for this program?
I'm not particular about the maximum. I just want to see if you have like 100 people, because when you start a session, you have almost like there were about 130 participants. Sorry.
Yeah. On a normal day, we have like 300.
Yeah,
I have a question.
Sorry, I'm still talking, please. So, I'm not particular about how many maximum. 1 million, if you can handle them, but I just want to see if you have like maybe 50 persons who are already interested in the September class. That would be cool. On the September 6th entry, I'll be very confident.
What if I told you that there are no more seats in the September class? Would that be okay by you? All the seats are gone. Because I need just 10 people for this session. Do you remember when I mentioned I need just 10 people?
Well, if you said that it's full, I'll be disappointed anyway, because by the time I make up my mind, I may not be able to chance. But there's still October, which is not a bad thing. But I just want that conviction that yes, once I start this program, I'll be able to go into the data analytic world that can offer me a job, like, so I don't spend all that time and the money, and at the end of the day, I turn up a mumu. I
understand. Permit me to interrupt. Okay, I understand your concerns, and it is very valid. Okay, a lot of people did CBEX. CBEX went away with their money, and they've counted their loss and they are going. So I understand where you're coming from. Now, if you want me to guarantee you a job, I would never do that.
No. Sorry to cut you short. Sorry to cut you short. I'm not saying you should guarantee me a job.
All right.
I understand CBEX was an investment. If this one is knowledge. I'm saying that this is my first entry. If I miss it now, it's going to put me in fact, just like I mentioned the Forex, I've not been able to get into Forex just because of the first approach. It was wrong. So if I miss this one, it means that my entire career in data analysis or analytics is going to be messed up. So that is exactly what I'm talking about. So it's not about the money. It's not about the money. It's not about. It's just about if I am going to be. It's not dependent on only you. It also depends on my ability.
I understand. I understand you. All right. Somebody is asking that. Somebody said the money is a lot. It's not wrong to demand proof. We need to be certain this is not a scam. We are not asking for a job guarantee, but a reliability and accountability guarantee. So look, go on LinkedIn. I'm a real human being. I'm not an AI speaking to you. Okay. And I tell people, look, if you still have doubts, you have any doubts in you, it is better to be safe. I'm sorry, right? So I would prefer that you're at home with not registering. Maybe by the time our program is around maybe 500K, okay, which we are planning to up the price because of the recent demand. We're a data company, we work with data, right? So by the time the program is 500K, you're seeing that, I joined these people a few months ago, and now they are offering 500K. People are getting jobs. Maybe that's what will now convince you. I will be glad. Okay, from where I'm standing, I'll be glad with that. So, go to. You registered. You fill the attendance form, right? You're gonna get all the materials. I want you to go to our pages, look at the testimonials, and if that is still not convincing, you can still speak to us, reach out, speak. You can book a clarity session, speak to us. You know, if that is still not convincing, then I don't think even we can work with you. All right. So it's pretty much it. That's just it. Okay. Especially to Eins old gown. I don't know if that's your name or that's the person who asked the question. Okay. There's a lot of scammers out there, and I don't blame you for asking for proof. All right. So, but if you're still skeptical, which is normal, okay, it's fine. All right. It's very, very fine. Okay. It's not the first edtech I've worked with. Unfortunately, I can't mention that. But you can go to my LinkedIn account.
Sorry, are you still addressing that to me?
No, I'm addressing Eins old gowns. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, because for me, I'm not in doubt. I'm not saying you're a scam, because like I said, the person that posted this thing is somebody that I trust, which anything happens here, I'm going into his own social media page, I'll rubbish him there. So that is another.
Absolutely.
So I'm not saying, I just wanted that kind of comfort that some other people have actually gained some trust in what all they have listened so far, and then so I actually have. Let me be honest with you. It's not me that want to do this program, but I want to sponsor some young people who can actually benefit from it. Let me not speak bad English here. Who can actually which this will be beneficial to them, So
yeah,
that is why I come to you I know reaching you personally is difficult. Because when they send you a message, sometimes on WhatsApp, you hardly respond. It takes a long time. And currently, I'm not even in Nigeria. That's why I'm greeting you. Good afternoon, of course.
Yeah, I
because
noticed.
It's my own afternoon here. So it's not me. So I just wanted this reassurance. Then whoever, they say teach them how to fish instead of feeding them with fish. So I can direct them into this whatever to anyway. Thank you. I think I'll go with it. Probably just put in one person.
All right, that's fine. The decision is yours at the end of the day. All right.
Yeah.
The decision is yours at the end of the day. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah. All right. So I think the next person is Abdurraqib Adebi. Go ahead, please. Seb, somebody's asking you to sponsor them too.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Abdurraqib.
Okay, so first of all, where I got your advert from, it happens to be a person I really trust. So it's from Facebook actually. It's from a page of a person I very trust. And for the fact that you came online and you are giving seminar, we are even seeing your face. That gives more assurance. You are very real. I have a very good interest in business analysis. And I have 2 questions on it. Probably I'm just signed up for university. I'm just processing my university admission. So I signed up for business administration. I don't know, do they relate business analysis and business administration? That's my first question. Can they help each other?
Okay. Do you want to ask the remaining questions? So I'll just take all of them at the same time.
So, and the second question will be, probably if I study business administration and I have my Bachelor of Science in business administration, can I work as a business analyst? Like, can I use both and make up a very good CV?
Fantastic question. Brilliant question. Now, the answer to your question, short answer is yes and no. Okay, yes and no. But let me explain. Now, when you're applying to jobs, they usually put something around you see something around, if you have a related degree, it's a plus. Well, from that angle, then yes.
Okay.
But not everybody has a related degree, and that's why, especially for tech, it is skill based. Now, the sad thing about schools is that even schools abroad, not back home in Nigeria, you have you have degrees like business analysis, for example, and you be led to think that if you go for that kind of degree, you should be able to work as a business analyst. But the answer is no, you can't. A recruiter will not hire you because you have a business analysis degree. They will hire you if you can do what business analysts do. In schools, you're majorly doing research. So most of the things you are doing is theoretical. They don't prepare you for the job. So you're going to be looking at, we're going to be looking at, what's it called? You'll be looking at researches, theories here and there, not actually solving business problems. And that's what recruiters want. Recruiters want you to be able to solve their business problems, right? So even as a business analyst degree holder, you still need something like this, where people who are doing the job will come and put you through the job. They put you through what the job entails so that you can get it. All right. Persons like administration, it is a fantastic pick for you because it sounds good. That food is packaged in front of an interview, and they ask you, can they introduce yourself to us? Tell us about yourself. It is relevant for someone like you to mention that you have such a degree because it is related. So from that standpoint, backing it up, proof of work, your portfolio and the like, you are able to give yourself a very good chance of getting the job. All right. So if you pick and you're thinking in a very, so does that explain why I said yes and no now?
Yeah, it explains it to a point. Thank you very much.
Okay, you said to a point. So now, what are the remaining years that I did not explain?
Ask without taking your time for a short. You said that it will help and to not help. Like in terms of like what I'm trying to say is that this business administration course now, is it it has a relation with business analysis, right?
Yes, it does.
It has a relation, yes. So
yes,
combining to make a CV gives you a better chance with your job experience.
Okay, let me explain again. Let me explain again so that you understand where I'm coming from.
Okay.
Imagine I did
not
go to school. Okay, I did not go to school, so I'm not even talking of business administration or what have you. I did not go to school. What I've been doing is I've been a mechanic, right? Imagine I've been a mechanic all my life. Now I want to become a business analyst. What do I need? It is the skill that I need. Now, how do I package myself? I'm gonna tell them that look, while I was, doing the mechanic work, I did it in a particular organization, and I applied the so and so business analysis skills while I was there. That's what I'm going to say in my CV. That's how I am going to package myself. But for someone like you who is planning to go for a degree in BA, then that is what you want to use as your own trumpet to blow. If you get my point, it's all packaging, right? Then the reason I said no is because if you rely just on what you're going to do in the 4 walls of the school, then you're not talking about getting a job. You're just going to have your degree. Okay.
Of course, I can't just rely on 4 walls of school.
So that is the explanation. Okay. So can you get a BA job without a degree? Absolutely yes. What if you have the degree? Then you want to use that as your selling point. That's why I said for somebody like the question I'm answering you is not generic. It's not for everybody. It's for you.
It's for me.
Then
It's a personal question.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, it's a pleasure.
I think that's all for now, but I'm sorry I won't be able to join the class of this September because I told you I'm processing my admission now.
No problem. That's fine. That's
I'm
absolutely
joining
fine.
the next one for sure.
No problem at all. No problem at all. I would love to see you in class. All right.
Okay, but keep your number for future purpose.
That's
Because
fine.
I'm joining the next one definitely.
That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. All right.
Okay, thank you very much.
It's a pleasure. Have a wonderful night's rest.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yep. It's a pleasure. So, Al-Kashif, you are next.
Hello, good evening. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Al-Kashif.
Yeah, the second to the, I think the second or third person like already like answered my question.
Okay.
I said answered my question. I was already asked what I wanted to ask. So I've already gotten clarification on that.
All right.
So like another extra thing I wanted to get more clarification is the discounted price.
Okay.
If for example, this discounted price now, is it going to remain the same or it's still going to go back to its original price? Like for the learning and stuff.
Yeah, it goes back to 350,000. Okay, and that is for this cohort starting. So we never can tell what will happen down the line. In terms of the pricing generally. But the discount is for once this session is over, the discount will be off the table.
Okay. But can I still pay the 30K just to lock it down?
Exactly. So if you do that, you will get access to the discounted price. So you can then top up like I described. I don't know were you here when I
was.
Okay, fantastic. So you can absolutely do that. Okay, you can absolutely do that.
All right.
Yep.
All right, then. I just wanted to confirm that. Thank you very much.
All right, it's a pleasure.
All right.
Okay, so all right, who is next? I think the last person, Blessing. Okay, the final person for tonight's session. Blessing, go ahead with your question. Hi, Blessing.
Hi, good evening, everybody.
Yeah, good evening, Blessing. How are you doing tonight?
Yeah, I'm good. First off, this is actually my first time joining and getting. Yeah, so I'm to be honest with you, I'm so much confused about everything, about the whole thing, the whole discounting and the classes. I'm just so confused about it. So I don't know if you just run me like a brief things about it because I joined late. I think I joined when it was already questioning or something. So I didn't really get lots of information. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let me try and compress a 2-hour session to 1 minute. So
Please, thank you.
Fantastic. So first off, Nebiant is an edtech firm. What we do is to help Africans get into the tech space because it's particularly hard for Africans differently. So what we've done is we highlighted 3 career paths that you can see on my screen: data science, data analytics, and business analysis. And the reason is because these career paths are easy to learn, easy to transition, and they have fantastic salary projections. Okay, I explained all of this in details prior, so you still want to go back to those details. They are very important, but just to run you through. So apart from the technicalities about each of all of these career paths that you need to learn, we also take you through some soft skill training. Now, this soft skill training covers interview preparation, mentorship, CV revamp, LinkedIn optimization, and so many more. And some of these packages are even lifetime. For example, you have a lifetime access to your training materials. You have access to our alumni community. You have lifetime access to interview preparation, meaning after your program has ended, it's for 3 months normally, 3 to 4 months. So even after it has ended, you can still come back to us to continue to get value in the form of interview preparation, getting a lifetime access to the training program and the training materials and the likes. So these are some of the ongoing benefits you get simply by choosing to register with us. So what you can see on my screen right now is the pricing structure. So if I take it a little bit back, so that I just walk you through the flow. Normally the price of the program is 350,000 naira. So whether it's data science or data analytics or business analysis you're going for those who are in the session, you would not pay 350,000. You have 100K discount, so you pay 250,000. Some people say, "Oh, how I can pay this off." But some people ask us for installments, so we created a 3 installment package: 85K to get yourself started this weekend, 85,000 1 month after, and then the final 80,000 the second month inside of the program. All right. So all you need to do is you can pay via our website, or you can do a direct transfer to our Kuda bank account 300-264-8016. You send me a DM 0703-215-8619 with the proof of payment, and you're good to go with the next step. And the 30,000 naira you're seeing there is for those who want to still benefit from the discount and start later in October. Okay, so there is the opportunity for some of them. They want to get their laptops ready and they still don't want to miss the discount. So you can log down with a minimum of 30K now. So before the class starts, even if you want to start this weekend, okay, you can still log down with 30K and then you top up before the class starts. Latest Friday, you top up to meet that 85K minimum to start, and then you're good to go with the class. All right. So that's pretty much the summary of this session. Okay, but I know that will not do justice to 2 hours, but I think I tried. What do you think?
It's okay, but for this training, do we get a certificate?
Definitely, you get a certificate at the end of the program. You get a certificate.
Hope we don't pay extra money for the certificate, or do we?
You won't pay any extra money for the certificate. If you were to pay extra money, I would rather you pay for the lifetime services that we have. So anytime you have interview, when you come back, you pay extra, but we don't do that either.
Okay. I probably this 30K, is it like a must? We have to pay it tonight, or I don't know.
Yeah, for those who want to, it's not a must. Okay, it's not a must, but if you want the discounts, then you have to pay that tonight. But if you're fine with the normal price, then you don't have to pay.
No, what I mean is for those that want to join like October, you said for us to still have the discounts, we could just pay 30,000 naira to lock it down. So what if I want to pay like my 30,000 naira probably by weekend? Am I still able to?
That's tricky because we've been on this session for like over 2 hours now. So, and it was deliberate just to give people time to lock it down. So once my team members are on the call as well with me, it's not just me. So they're taking notes. Once we're off, the discount is off as well. All right.
Oh, okay.
Yep. All right. So, but I mean, what's your situation really? You mentioned this weekend. So is there any reason you're getting this weekend?
Because no, the thing is I might not be joining for this sector bar because you made mention of getting the laptop and all that stuff. Yeah, so I need to get my system.
Okay. Here's what I would do.
I need to probably by October I will be joining for October.
Okay, so what you want to do is send me a DM. Okay, send me a DM and let's take it off from there. All right.
All right, this same phone number on the screen.
Definitely, yes. Send me a DM.
I will send you.
All right. All right. I think that would be all. I really, really enjoyed myself in tonight's session. I hope you did. You are still here. I really, really appreciate your time, your patience, and I hope that you got value for your time as well. And more importantly, see you in class September or October, depending on which one you have put in for. So without any other
Sir?
I think we would call it off. Chidu, maybe I've seen your message already. I'll respond
No,
to
it's
you.
not because of that. It's because you said the 30K to secure the discount.
Okay.
Yes, sorry. It's just we're having issues sending it. So can you just give us a minute, please?
Okay, all right. So I think for you, so when you say having issues, like is it an issue you can solve?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, all right. So all you need to do, since you've already sent me a DM, I think that'll be fine. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sent me a DM. So in as much as the space is not too long, okay. So I'll be looking forward to getting your registration.
Okay, thank
All
you,
right.
sir.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Guys, have a wonderful night's rest. For those of us who are somewhere in North America, have a wonderful day ahead as well. Cheers, guys.
Right. Thank you.